Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mrs. Gallagher. And as you can see, I am not here today. So as a result, I left you a packet to work on in class. This packet is about slope and slope-intercept form. You have a quiz on slope and slope-intercept form tomorrow in class. This is to be done in class today. Whatever is not done in class today is to be done for homework. I will be checking tomorrow when I'm back in class to see if everything is completed. I will also be doing 2 examples with you on each page, so you know what needs to be done and what I expect out of you in your classwork and homework for today. So let's look at page 1, find the slope from the pair of points. We're going to do number 1 and 2 together. Okay, so we're given 2 pairs of points, 4, 3, -1, 4. And when we want to find the slope giving a pair of points, we're going to use our formula, m equals, m stands for slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Your next step is to label your coordinates. x1, y1, that's your first coordinate, and then x2, y2, that's your second coordinate. Now we're going to plug it into our formula. Our y2 is equal to 4. So we have 4 minus our y1 is equal to 3. Over our x2 is equal to -1 minus our x1 is equal to 4. And now we're going to subtract across. So we have 4 minus 3 is 1, and -1 minus 4, same sign, add and keep the sign, gives you -5. Therefore, your slope is -1 over 5, and that is your answer. Let's do number 2 together. Okay, so our first step, we have -1, -5, and -3, 5. You're going to have your x1 and y1. Let's label our coordinates, and x2 and y2. And we use our formula. M equals the slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And now we're going to replace it. So our y2 is 5 minus our y1 is -5 over our x2 is -3 minus our x1 is a -1. Our next step, 5 minus a -5 becomes a plus sign. So that gives us 10. And then we have -3 minus a -1 becomes a plus sign. And that's going to give us -3 plus 1. Different sign, subtract. Keep the sign of the higher number. -2. Can we simplify this? 10 divided by -2? Yes, we can. And that's going to give us -5. So -5 is your answer. So now what I would like you to do is problems 3 through 10. Do not forget to pick your initial understanding, I am a 4, and then also pick your reflective understanding. Let's go to page 2. Okay, so page 2, we're going to find the slope of each line. Now, first things first, pick your initial understanding. I am a 4. I can teach it to others. Okay, so here we're given a line, and we're given a line, we want to find our slope. We're going to use our slope equals rise over the run. So in number 1, what is our rise over run? Well, here's your coordinate right here. It's given to you. And here's your other coordinate. So let's count our rise over run. We are rising 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So your rise is equal to 10. What's my run? 1, 2, 3, 4. So your run is 4. Now you want to ask yourself, is it a positive or negative slope? It's a negative slope. It's going downhill. We can make an N. Therefore, it is a negative slope, -10 over 4. Now, can you simplify this? Yes, you can. 2 goes in both the numerator and denominator. Therefore, your slope is equal to -5 over 2. And that is your answer. Let's do number 2 together. Remember, your slope is equal to your rise over your run. So we have our two coordinates. Here's one of them, and there's the other. So we're going to rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to run 1, 2. Is a positive slope or a negative slope? Well, we're going uphill here. Therefore, it's a positive slope. Our next step, 10 over 2 cannot be simplified. It sure can. 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. Therefore, my slope of this line is equal to 5. Please complete problems 3 through 8. And don't forget to pick your reflective understanding at the end. Let's go to page 3. Okay, page 3. First thing you want to do, you want to identify your initial understanding. I'm a 4. I can teach this to others. So we're going to find the slope and y-intercept for each equation. When you find the slope and y-intercept for each equation, you want to use the formula y equals mx plus b. So y equals mx plus b. All right? So your m is your number in front of the x. That's your slope. So my slope in this problem is equal to 2. So slope is equal to 2. What's my intercept? My intercept is the number after the x. You have to include whatever the sign is in front. Don't forget about that. And it is a -4. So your y-intercept is -4. Remember, your b stands for your y-intercept. Your m stands for your slope. Okay, so let's go to number 2. Y equals 1/2 x plus 3. Your slope is always a number in front of your x. So your slope is equal to 1/2. And your intercept, your b, is equal to a +3. So you're just going to write 3. You don't need to put your plus sign in front of the 3 because it's positive. So please complete numbers 3 through 10. Identify your slope and y-intercept. And then don't forget to pick your reflective understanding as well. Let's go to the next page. Page 4. Okay, so now we're on page 4. We're going to sketch each line. Before we start, make sure you color in your initial understanding. And now let's go to number 1. It says equation y equals -4x plus 4. Your first step, you want to identify your m value and your b value. So your m, your slope, is equal to -4. And remember, when you're doing rise over run, you want to put that 4 over 1. So it's -4 over 1. Now let's identify our b. Our b is equal to +4. And our coordinate would be 0, 4. So now let's graph this line. 0, 4, you want to always graph your intercept first. 0, 4. And now we have to graph the next point using our rise over our run. Now we can't go up in this problem because it's off the graph. So we have to go down. So we go down 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it is a negative slope, so you want to go downhill. So you're going to go to the right 1. You're going to go to the right 1. Make your dot. If you want to make another coordinate, another point, you can go down again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1. And now you want to draw your line and label your line y equals -4x plus 4. So let's do number 2 together. Identify your m and your b. Let's identify our m first. Our rise over run, or slope, it's 1 over 3. It's already in fraction form, so we can keep it. And then our b is equal to +3. Our coordinate would be 0, 3. So let's graph our coordinate. Our coordinate is 0, 3. So go up to the third. And now your slope is your rise over run. It's a positive slope. So you're rising 1, and you're going to the right 1, 2, 3. Because because you want to go uphill. Now, if you choose to go down, that's okay. You can go down 1, but now you're going to go to the left. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're going to draw our line, and then we're going to label it. Name your line. Y equals 1/3 x plus 3. So please complete problems 3 through 8, and do not forget to color in your reflective understanding. Let's do the last page now. Okay, so on the last page, we're going to write the equation for each line. Always first, pick your understanding. I'm a 4. And in number 1, you always want to first identify your b value. And your b is always your y-intercept, where it's hitting the y-axis. So your b is equal to 3. And next, you want to find your m value. Remember, you want to find the point on the line that hits x and y at the same time. So it's right here. That's your point. -2, 0. So you want to find your slope using rise over run. So we're rising 1, 2, 3, and we're running 1, 2. So your slope's equal to 3 over 2. Is it a positive slope? Is it going uphill? Yes, it is. So now our last step is to put it all together into our form y equals mx plus b, our slope-intercept form. We found our m. Our m is equal to 3 over 2. So y equals 3 over 2 x. And then our b is equal to 3. It's a positive 3. So we're adding 3. Therefore, your answer is y equals 3 over 2x plus 3. Let's do number 2 together. Always identify your b. So your b is right there. And that coordinate is -3. Okay, y-axis. Your b is -3. Our next step is you want to find our rise over run. So you want to look at your line and see where you're hitting your x and y at the same time, which is right here, right there. So let's put a dot. So now let's find our rise over our run. So what are we rising? We're rising 1. And what are we running? 1, 2. So our slope is 1 over 2. Is it positive or is it negative? Well, we're going downhill. You can make an n. Therefore, it is a negative slope. So let's put it all together into y equals mx plus b. So y equals, my m is -1/2 x, and my b is equal to -3. So now you're just saying -3, and that is your answer. So now please complete the problems 3 through 8 and identify your reflective understanding. Just a reminder, this packet is to be finished for homework if it's not finished in class. Additionally, you have a quiz tomorrow on all these concepts in this packet. Again, we'll review this packet and any questions you should have in class tomorrow before the quiz. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and don't miss me too much. See you tomorrow.